were. And this raises the question of evolution itself. At present, we can alter isolated genes while disregarding the totality of what genes can do. James Martin has distinguished what he has described as primary, secondary, and tertiary evolution. He suggests that primary evolution is the mutation and natural selection of species, a glacially slow process. Secondary evolution refers to the intelligent species learning how to create its own form of evolution. It invents an artificial world of machines, chemical plants, software, computer networks, transport, manufacturing processes, and so on. And of course it learns how to manipulate DNA. Tertiary evolution refers to something which is just beginning on Earth. An intelligent species learns how to automate evolution itself. I think perhaps that idea of automated evolution needs some explanation. In a phrase, it represents a vast acceleration of change. James Martin writes that with the machines we envisage today, it could be 1 billion times faster. And he writes, and I'm going to quote again, furthermore, it will be incomparably more efficient. Darwinian evolution is described as being random, purposeless, dumb, and godless. Automated evolution is targeted, purposeful, intelligent, and has humans detecting it and changing its fitness functions on the basis of results. In Darwinian evolution, the algorithm remains the same. In automated evolution, researchers will be constantly looking for better techniques and better theory, and the techniques of evolvability will themselves evolve. Now, other applications of information technology range far beyond enumeration. Already, chips have been inserted into humans for a variety of purposes. We can even insert extra chromosomes in the knowledge that they would not be heritable, so an individual could be enhanced thereby. On the one hand, humans may thereby be liberated from many current drudgeries. Soon houses may be able to clean themselves. Meals appear on demand. Cars drive under remote instructions. We're almost there. And evolution of desirable characteristics could even be automated. All this seems unimaginable when so many still have to trudge miles to collect fuel wood and water. On the other hand, humans could well become dangerously vulnerable to technological breakdown and thereby lose an essential measure of self-sufficiency. You may have seen that yesterday the internet connections across the Middle East collapsed, which must have left them all wondering what on earth was going on. Already dependence on computers to run our complex systems and reliance on electronic information transfer are having alarming results. Here, industrial countries are far more vulnerable than others. Just look at the effects of single and temporary power cuts. More than ever, individuals feel out of control of even the most elementary aspects of their lives. And the implications for governance go far and wide. In some areas, good regulation will be more important than ever, particularly in nanotechnology. And in the words of a recent book, we have to recognize that most things fail, whether they be organisms or human institutions. Already there is a movement of power away from the nation state, upwards to global institutions and corporations to deal with global issues, downwards to communities of human dimension, and sideways by electronic means between citizens everywhere. There is a wide range of possibilities, including forms of dictatorship and disaggregation of society. The problems of politics will be, at 100 years' time, as difficult then as they are today. How to ensure greater citizen participation without creating chaos, how to establish forms of accountability to ensure that governance is by broad consent, and how to establish checks and balances to protect the public interest and ensure enforcement without abuse. Current rhetoric about democracy will illustrate some of the dangers. Populism can too easily corrode values, and democracy can produce abusive results. So let us hope that without total confidence that by the year 2100, humans will have worked out and will practice an ethical system in which the natural world has value not only for human welfare, but also for and in itself. They may also be involved in spreading life beyond the Earth and colonizing Mars or other planets. The opportunities for our species seem as boundless as the hazards. I sometimes wonder how long it would take for the Earth to recover from the human impact. If we all disappeared tomorrow, how soon would things change? Well, of course, no one knows. But how soon would our cities fall apart, the soils regenerate, the animals and plants we have favoured find a more normal place in the natural environment, the waters and seas become clearer, the chemistry of the air return to what it was before we polluted it, and life itself from the bottom of the seas to the top of the atmosphere is so robust that the human experience could become no more than a limited and certainly peculiar episode in the history of life on Earth. But above all, let us remember today, my generation and your generation and generations to come, how small and vulnerable we are as creatures of a particular environment at a particular moment in time. We are like microbes on the surface of an apple, on an insignificant tree, in an insignificant orchard, among billions of other insignificant orchards, stretching over horizons beyond our sight or even our imagining. Thank you.